there's a really good stuff in the game. Like M Plus is really good. Raids tend to be okay. But then there's all these systems that are on top of it that are basically, it's like if you went to a really nice restaurant, you go to this great restaurant and you're like, yeah, I want the steak, you know? And they bring you what looks like the most delicious steak that's available, but right next to the steak, or maybe even on top of the steak, there's just a dog turd. Whether it's the gearing system, the time gating player progress, whatever it is, where you can only really make progress for like 5 hours a week, that to me is like, it's the turd on top of the steak. I really want a good steak, and you know, you tear off the parts of the steak that you want, you get the turd, you know, you deal with the turd, and then you enjoy the steak while you eat it for a second, you know? And then they're like, we're getting rid of Valor Stones. And it's not like it's good. They took away a quarter of the turd off instead. You went back to the place for some reason, because the steak is really good. M Plus is really good. There's a lot of stuff in the game that's really fun. And it's been, I've felt this way. You don't have to go underneath it. I felt this way since the Burning Crusade, where the leveling experience through Classic was really a chore. It was, for the people who enjoy it, I'm glad they can enjoy it. But for everybody else, I'm like, there needs to be a big skip button so they can just get into raiding with raiding and the dungeons, because lots of people would love raiding in the dungeons, but they'll never make it to that because of the leveling experience. They're getting rid of Valor Stones, but that's just, yeah. We took a little bit of the dog turd off. That's what it feels like to me. I hope it's good. I hope that they really make it good, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think there's a good chance that I get to it and I'm like, you know, I'm playing Fellowship and League and my needs are met and there's nothing particularly unique about the game, because with Fellowship, if it can effectively take the place of M+, the only thing that's left is Raid, which quite frankly, I prefer M+ to Raid significantly. And it may be that they end up coming out with like 8 or 12 player raids in Fellowship too, so who knows. The end of The Last Titan, I think that the game will stop receiving updates and fully die out. I think they are going to milk this game. You have to understand, they are printing money hand over fist with this game. And it's clear to me, it seems to be the case, that they're printing money hand over fist. They will continue to do that for as long as possible. They will release expansions until people stop playing the game. As long as there's a couple million people that are going to pay $15 a month and buy new expansions every 2 years, they are going to make this. They're going to make WoW. They're not going to stop making WoW. I actually like no combat add-ons and changing the complexity of the fights. Feel like they're altering things that should have been altered a few years ago while still ignoring the time getting issues. Well, and the time getting issue is about keeping people subscribed. They can say whatever they want, but the time gating issue is all about keeping people subbed. You can't reach max level cap until basically the end of the season. Or max eye level cap. So you have to keep playing, and it doesn't feel good. To me, it's like if you make a good game, people will want to do it. And I honestly think they would make more money if they went free to play with microtransactions. They don't teach you how to play a spec or a class. You have to search YouTube videos and blogs online to get a build in a direction. Yeah, no, that is how it is. That is how it is. But M+ is really good. I like M+. I don't love M+ this season because I've played everything out pretty well. That's why I kind of like the longer leveling, because I kind of taught myself how to play the classes. I got abilities. Granted, I was learning one of the easiest classes to learn, but still. Well, and that's what I'm really liking about Fellowship, is that the way that they set up the early game, you actually learn how to play the class to a certain extent. I know there's going to be different builds and different ways that you do it, but the classes aren't stupid complex the way that a lot of WoW stuff is. So, and I know they're pruning stuff, but my suspicion is I'm going to get to midnight and I'm not going to feel a need. The biggest problem with WoW is this to me. They want WoW to be the only game you need to play. But there's so many other good games out there. And I can't pay $15 a month to pay for to play for 5 hours a week and progress my character for 5 hours a week. And I don't feel a desire at this point to play for more. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I hope that they take midnight and they solve a lot of the problems that are keeping me from playing the game. Right now, it's like I see the midnight stuff and I'm like, okay, so I still have to play through like 12 hours of the campaign just so that I can get to max level and then play my character for 5 to 8 hours a week, and then I stop making progress. And you're charging me a full expansion cost, a full brand new game cost, and $15 a month for this, or $12.99 a month, whatever it is with the year subscription if you go that way. It's not a good value. It's actually probably one of the biggest ripoffs out there. When you can play it as your only game, it's a good value. When you're enjoying it to where you can play it as your only game, it works. But right now, the value proposition just doesn't feel good to me.